Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that is now quite old and becoming incredibly collectible and very sought after in actual fact. We are looking at the 2003 release by Toy Biz from their Lord of the Rings series of action figure sets. And this particular one we're looking at today is of Saruman The White and Sauron. Now, Lord of the Rings, as you know, was it was originally a book, but the movie, they produced 3 movies for between 2001 and 2003. The very first one was The Fellowship of the Rings, the second one was The Two Towers, and the third one was The Return of the King. All sorts of famous actors starred in these movies. Incidentally, how big this was, the budget for the 3 films was $281 million, and the 3 films grossed at the box office $2.964 billion. So, I mean, what an amount of money was made on this film series. And it's all, obviously, you know, it's all set in the fictional world of Middle Earth, and the films follow our favourite hobbit, Frodo Baggins, as he and his friends embark on a quest to destroy the One Ring, which they need to do to defeat its maker, the Dark Lord Sauron, who is part of this set here. Okay, so this is the box in front of us, and at the very top of the box it says item number 61213, ages 5 and up, requires 3 button cell batteries included, electronic, warning choking hazard, not suitable for children under the age of 3. And it's got Try Me, see back panel. And there you can see the figures behind the window, which we'll have a better look at in a moment. But I just want to see what's on the box first. So at the bottom it says Saruman The White, as you know, as portrayed by the late great Christopher Lee. And it says, with staff raising action and Eye of Sauron, Palantir. Lord of the Rings, Lords of Darkness. And it says it features authentic movie phrases. And it says Sauron from the Second Age with electronic lights and sounds, and you've got the Toy Biz logo on the bottom right hand corner. Okay, that's the front of the box. Now, before we really do have a good look at the figures, I want to turn the box around and let's see what we got printed on the back. Okay, so I've turned the box around and this is what we got on the back. So at the very top it's got item number 81213. It says the Lords of the Rings, Lords of Darkness. 3 rings for the elven kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne in the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie, 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all in the darkness, bind them in the land of Mordor, where shadows lie. And it says Try Me, press button, which we'll do that in a moment. And it says Saruman The White. You can see an image of the figure, and just the right hand side of that it says with staff raising action and Eye of Sauron, Palantir. It says 1A, staff raising action, place Saruman's staff in his right hand as shown. B, press lever down Saruman's back for staff raising action. And 2, Eye of Sauron, Palantir, place Eye of Sauron, Palantir sphere in Saruman's left hand as shown. Okay, so that's the action that you can do with Saruman. And Sauron from the Second Age with electronic lights and sounds. And you've got an activation button on his back. You've got the 1 ring on his hand, and you've got his mace. And it says locate the activation button on Saruman's back. Press activation button on back to activate light and sound action.
Sauron's eyes glow red when he speaks. Place mace into Sauron's left hand as shows. Heroes can retrieve the One Ring by striking Sauron's right hand and dislodging Sauron's fingers. It says the One Ring hand assembly. Place the One Ring on Sauron's right pointer finger. Lock fingers into the right hand as shown. There's an activation button and battery replacement. And it says please retain packaging for future reference, and battery cautions, and so on. And the Toy Biz button is at the bottom. I'm just going to turn the box to the side. And it says on the side. So on the side it says you got an image of Frodo and Samwise Gamgee, and it says at the very top, item number 81213, Lord of the Rings, Lords of Darkness. You got Saruman The White with staff raised in action and Eye of Sauron Palantir, and Toy Biz logo at the bottom. If I just turn around that right round the other side, you've got image of Sauron at the top there. Lord of the Rings, Lord of Darkness, Sauron from the Second Age with electronic lights and sounds, and you got the other two hobbits that accompanies Frodo and Sam on their journey. I can't remember their names off the top of my head right now. Okay, that is the box with the figures in. I think what I'm going to do now, so we don't get too much glare, I'm going to open the box. I'm going to take the inner packaging out. I don't think I'm going to be able to remove the figures, but let's have a look anyway, and let's have a look without the glow or reflection of the window in the way. Okay, so I have removed the inner packaging from the box, and oh, these look absolutely awesome. Now, as I said, I can't unpack it because look, it's all taped up at the back, tape going across with the everything's still all attached and sealed, so I can't remove any of it. But before we do anything, I just want to put my finger into the back there and press the button, if I can find it, of Sauron. So, oh, look at that. Well, that is absolutely fantastic. I mean, the dialogue is obviously straight from the movie. I'm just gonna zoom right into his face so you can have a good look at his eyes lighting up when I press the button. Build me an army worthy of Mordor. You cannot hide. There is no life in the void. Yep. I see you. Okay, so there's 4 different phrases that he speaks there, and I mean, just look at the size of this figure. I mean, he towers over Saruman. But I mean, let's actually have a look at the size of Saruman, because and then we can have a look at the size of Sauron. So he stands 20 centimeters approximately, which is about 7 inches. Width-wise, we're looking at around about 6.5 centimeters, and depth-wise, we are looking at approximately, if I measure down here, about 6 centimeters deep. So that gives you an idea of the size of Saruman. And then you can see he's got the eye there. He's holding his staff. I can't show you the button at the back, which makes him raise the staff. But needless to say, the the operation is at the back. There is articulation on here. You can see you got the arm articulations, both the elbows. There is articulation at the top of the arms. The head is articulate. I just want to move the cloak so you can see there's the knee joints there and the tops of the legs. I don't think we can get in high enough to see the top of the legs because the cloak is in the way there. Now the cloak is all rubber. It is rubber molded, but I don't think it's removable. I'm sure well, maybe it is. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe if someone knows, they can message me and let me know. But the main, his hair is rubber, his beard is rubber. So there's a lot of good movement on the body of Saruman. Facial feature wise though, it's not exact. That's the only disappointing thing, I think, is although this was where obviously Christopher Lee had gone bad and gone over to the dark side, for want of a better word, and became a Lord of Darkness. So I suppose it's not overall, it's not a bad likeness of Christopher Lee as his portrayal of Saruman, but I don't think it's quite right. I like the black eyes though, the way the eyes have gone completely black. I think that's done very well. The beard is very well done. The teeth have done. Even the lines on the cheeks are pretty good. It's just the face just doesn't quite look right to me. Even the bags under the eyes are perfect as well, but it just doesn't quite look right when you compare it to an image of Christopher Lee as Saruman, which I would just show you there without. There we go. So there is the actual image of Christopher Lee as he portrayed the part of Saruman, and there is the image of the face on the figure. So it's not quite right in my opinion. It's very, very close, but not quite right, which is a shame. But even so, very, very good. And let's move over to Sauron now, and there we have. I mean, I think this one is absolutely fantastic. The detailing is absolutely out of this world. The electronic voice is fantastic. All his armor, his shoulder pads are amazing. His mace is incredible. His whole body and armor is just out of this world. Even his black cape, all the way down to the armor on his knees and his feet. He's absolutely amazing. I think he is probably one of the best Lord of the Rings figures I've ever seen in my life. He's absolutely superb. Okay, size-wise, this one is 27 centimeters tall, which is about just under 11 inches. Width-wise, as he stands at the moment with his arms out, they measure about 12 centimeters, and depth-wise is about the same, which is 6 centimeters deep. Articulation-wise, again, there's some very good articulation. So you can see that the head moves. I can move that. Again, you've got the arm joints and the shoulder joints which move. The knee joints you've got there as well, and obviously the tops of the legs move and the waist will move. I think that's probably it as far as everything else is concerned, but you can see very good grip on the hands, and I don't know if you can, I just want to zoom in there on the ring so you can see the ring there which is on his finger. Now that ring is removable, so you can remove. I can't do it at the moment because they're still strapping. You see the strap in there which is holding the hand on, but those fingers come off and you can remove the ring. So you can just see the ring there. So you can take it off and it can be captured by the elves or the dwarfs or whoever. So that is the figure set, and I gotta say, of all the Lord of the Rings figure sets, I do think these particular sets that they did with the electronics on them were just absolutely out of this world. So the detailing on Sauron is amazing. Saruman is also very good. Not quite right on the facial features, as I said, but otherwise these figures are just absolutely fantastic. And if you're a lover of Middle Earth, well, yeah, what can I say? These figures, yeah, just astound me. Especially the one of Sauron. I just think he's absolutely super. Okay, how well did these figures do? Well, Lord of the Rings, when it first came out, and you can tell by the amount of money it took at the box office, was huge. It was phenomenal. There was a big hype about the films when they were coming out, and they lived up to their expectation. And as I say, they earned so much money at the box office. One of the highest grossing movie series ever, or trilogies ever, I should say. They've done absolutely fantastic. And obviously much merchandise was spawned from the movies. Just like Star Wars and Star Trek, there was merchandise for everything. The action figures, the 6-inch action figures, they're all done very well, very popular, and sold massive quantities. And there was, I think, 3 or 4 different phases of figures. These larger figures, well, they didn't sell quite as well. And I think, again, that's all down to the actual price, because these figures really are more for collectors than for children to play with. They were a lot more money than the standard 6-inch figures. Yeah, I don't think they sold as well as I know they didn't sell as well as the single figures. And I'm sure that was one down to the fact that the price was huge compared to the single figures, and also the fact that they probably wouldn't have suited a child to play with. Things would, I think, could fairly easily get broken on these particular figures. So as I say, I think these were more geared for the collectors, which means they didn't produce as many as the single figures, and 2, these were produced right at the end of the run. Anyone that was into Lord of the Rings would have already bought the smaller figures of these, even though obviously this one is electronic, with the voice and the eyes of Sauron, and the dialogue from the movie, but even so, they really didn't sell as well as they should have done, in my opinion. I just think the larger figures was just so much better. There was so much time, effort and money spent on perfecting them, for such a small return, really, I think, overall, because of the low sales. But Toy Biz certainly done a fantastic job on these. Now let's move forward 21 years to 2024, which is where we are today. Do these figures come up very often on the platforms? The answer to that is no. They don't come up very often. You do see a lot of the single 6-inch figures come up. Well, even so, I haven't said that. They don't come up as often as they used to, but then I guess when they haven't been produced for 20 odd years, that's hardly surprising. They do tend to dwindle down the longer or the older they get. Yeah, so these really don't come up very often. I think I did look on the platforms. I couldn't find any of this particular figure set on any of the platforms. They may have been on at one time or other, but I can't remember seeing them. And there's certainly nothing on any of the platforms at the moment, as I did have a look to see if there was many available, and the answer to that is no. However, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a couple of these, and both of them are currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website. You'll be able to find this and many other vintage Lord of the Rings items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody.
And I'm absolutely positive that this is something that you won't want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, that next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful old Lord of the Rings figure set with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.